Welcome back to the 14th lecture of our web development using ChatGPT and Ruby on Rails course. In the last lecture, what we did, we created API endpoints and we just prompted on the ChatGPT and ChatGPT has given us the solution. Now, in this lecture, we will learn how to upload files in the Postman to create bulk records in Rails API, and we will import the CSV file from the Postman, and then we will create bulk of employee records in our application. Okay, but first of all, let me download the CSV file. So what we can do, employees.csv. Okay, so here you can see that the file has been downloaded here, and now what we need to do, that we need to remove all the employees from the database. Okay, so what we can do, just simply go to the Rails console. So here, kill the Rails server, sorry, shut down the Rails server and open the Rails console. And here what we can do, employee dot delete all. Okay, and this will delete all the 1000 employees. Okay, and now start the Rails server again. Okay, and when you go to the browser and refresh your page, now you will see that we don't have any employee record in our database right now. Okay, so now it's time to move on to the chat gpt and prompt that I want to import csv file using postman in a rails api. So how I can do that? Okay, so just go to the chat gpt screen. Okay, and here we need to prompt that I have a rails api where I want to import a file using postman, or where I want to import a csv file using postman. How can I do that? Please guide me. Or let's just keep it like, how can I do that? So here you can see the question that I asked from the chat gpt, that I have a rails api where I want to import a csv file using postman. How can I do that? And when I submit this prompt, you can see that chat gpt will printing the response for it. Okay, and here you can see that it is still generating. So let's wait for this response generation to be finished. Okay, so here you can see that what it did, it given us the controller application, sorry, a controller method which is import. Okay, and here you can see uploaded file param csv and so on. Okay, so now what we need to do, we just need to follow here. So we can ask ChatGPT that can you please give me the steps for uploading file from the postman. Can you also give me the steps for uploading the csv file in postman? Okay, and when you ask this question, ChatGPT will give you response for that. Okay, so and you can follow this response to upload your file. So now what we need to do, that we need to create this import action into our rails controller or the employees controller that we already have, and make sure that you are doing it into the employees API controller, not into the employees control that we have for our full stack application. Okay, so switch to the project directory, and here you can see that we have this employees controller here, and we have the same method for importing the employees within the employees controller as well. So what we can do, we can simply copy this method, that is import require csv and so on. And now what we need to do, that we just need to come to below to the destroy action, and here we will paste this import. Okay, and now what we need to do, if file. Okay, so if file is present, then we need to create this and render json. And here we can do, let's say, message employee csv imported successfully and status okay. Else, we need to handle the else case here, because suppose if user did not upload any file from the Postman. In that case, we need to display render JSON, and then message will be no CSV uploaded. Please upload a valid CSV file. Okay, and then status is unprocessable entity. Okay, so here you can see that we are done with the action implementation into our API controller. So here you can see what we did. We created import action, then require CSV, and we are getting this file into the params file. And then if file is present, then we are iterating over all the rows within the CSV, and we are creating a employee model. Okay, and then we are rendering the JSON message, that is employee CSV imported successfully if file is present and there are valid records. Okay, and render JSON message no CSV uploaded in case of user did not upload any file and submit the send request from the Postman. Okay, now save this one. And before making request for the Postman, we are forgetting one thing, that we need to mention the route for the import action within the API route for the employees controller. Okay, so just go to the config directory and open the routes file. And here what we need to do, that just copy this collection post import. Okay, and here paste this collection post import. Okay, now we have this collection route into our application. Okay, so let's find that what route it will be for our application. So just go to here and then rails routes, then grep and import. When you run this command, you will see that this is the route for our full stack application, that is employees import. And for the API application, what we have, API v1 employees import. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to copy this route and we need to create a request into the Postman. So just open the Postman, and here what we need to do, localhost colon 3000, and then paste it. So here you can see localhost 3000 API v1 employees import. Okay, and make sure to make its type post here. Okay, now you need to come to the body part. Here you can see that params, authorization, headers and body. So come to the body part, and here you need to use the form data because we are trying to upload a file here. Okay, so now you need to make your params name. So in the controller you can see that what we choose, in the controller we choose here params file. Okay, so we need to pass this name from the Postman. So go to the Postman and add the key value pair here, that is file. Okay, and now you can see that there are multiple types. So here you can see it is either it will be text, or you can click on this drop down and you will see that there is an option to upload the file as well. So choose the file option from here, and now you need to upload the file. So click on this new file from here, and then you need to import this CSV. Okay, so this CSV has been imported here. Okay, and then what you need to do now, you need to click on the send button. Okay, so make some space into the terminal here. Okay, and go to the Postman and click on the send button. Okay, when you click on the send button, now just see this message that employee CSV imported successfully, and see the logs that we send a request which is API v1 employees import. Okay, and it is processing by API v1 employees controllers import action, and we send this request as JSON. And here you can see the parameters, that is file, and then it processes this piece of code. Like if file is present, what we did, CSV for each file path headers true, and then it created employee. And then this is the message that you can see on the Postman, that is employee CSV imported successfully. And now if you go to the browser, and here you can see that we deleted all the employees, and now if you refresh the page, you can see all the employees are again on the browser, because we imported CSV file using Postman and our Rails API. Okay, now let's try to upload the empty file. Okay, so if you remove this file from here, and when you send the send request, you will see the error message or the message from the else part, that is no CSV file uploaded, please upload a valid CSV file. Okay, so here you can see that if the file is present, then it is iterating through the CSV rows and creating each employee rows for each CSV row, and sending the successful message. Otherwise, it is sending this error message that no CSV uploaded. Please upload a valid CSV file. Okay, so this is how you can upload and import CSVs using Postman and Rails API. Okay, so you can go through the chat gpt response and you can understand what it is doing here and how it is showing. So since I have the idea, so that's why I showed you directly. Otherwise, you can go with the response as well, like open Postman, then create a new request, configure request details, and this is the main important part to upload your file. So what we need to do, that first we need to choose the form data from the body menu. Okay, and then add button for the new key value pair, and here value, let's say it's a file name. Okay, and then choose file, whatever the file you want to upload from the Postman. And this is just the CSV file as an example. Suppose if you want to upload an image from the Postman, then you can do that thing as well. Okay, and just click the send button. So I hope you like the idea here. Okay, so what we did in this lecture, we uploaded a CSV file using Postman, and we created records by processing the CSV file into our Rails API. Okay, from now, for now, this is all for this lecture, and from the next lecture we will start implementing React application to consume our Rails APIs, and that part gonna be very interesting. So just try this lecture at your end, and we will meet into the next lecture where we will create a new React application to consume the Rails API that we created for performing the CRUD of the employee resource. Okay, so thanks for watching this, and we will meet into the next lecture. Until then, Tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.